Hi,
I can hear
Dawn.
you.
How are you? You're live on the air with me. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm good.
Yes, this is Cindy. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on from one of my favorite organizations, the National Kidney Foundation. And every year we get involved, and I love participating and helping out in any way I can for Kidney Da Kine Day. And Kidney Da Kine Day is this coming Saturday. It's going to be a little different this year. It starts at 9 instead of 10, and it's going to end at noon. But it's at the same location. It's going to be at the Queen Ka'amanu Center. And I think it's pretty smart to start at 9. Now, Dawn, you're a nurse, right?
Yes, I am.
And are you with the nurse program here on Maui?
No. We are at our main office on Oahu.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Yes.
we have a lot of nurses that come out here on Maui, and a lot of people who are actually helping out with the nurse programs who are getting extra points for their schooling that come out and help as well. And
Definitely a big part of the Kidney Da Kine Day is our kidney screening. And so every year, a bunch of students from Maui Community College and elsewhere sometimes like to come in and volunteer their time and at the same time get, credit for their courses that they're taking. So it's always a win-win situation for us.
well, it's really a lot of nonprofits come out, and it's always a wonderful gathering for that. I know this year you have a lot of other nonprofits coming, including Project Vision. It's once again, are they going to bring their big Vision mobile?
I believe so. I'm not positive about that. I do see them listed as a vendor at our event, along with Hospice Maui, Island Hospice, Malama Ikeola, also Maui Memorial Medical Center as well, HMSA, and a few other vendors as well.
Well, I think one thing that we always have time to talk about on the Kidney Da Kine Day, which is a free event, folks, by the way, free screenings and all of that with the help of a lot of these organizations. We also learn a lot about how many people are on the waiting list to get a kidney. And it always shocks me because kidney disease is so prevalent here around the world, but a lot of people get affected by kidney disease and also diabetes here on the islands, right?
Yes. In fact, if you want to look at stats for Hawaii, 1 in 9 nationally are at risk for CKD, and 1 in 7 in Hawaii are at risk for CKD. It's about 30% greater here compared to the national average, and it has a lot to do with our ethnic makeup here. The 3 highest risk ethnic backgrounds are Hawaiians, Japanese, Filipinos.
And this is really an interesting thing because I think most people think that it's health based on what you eat, but there really is the element of ethnicity as well, isn't there?
Definitely, and that's something we all can't change. It may run in the family. You may have a family history of it, but we always believe it's great to be educated about it. It doesn't mean that you're higher at risk to getting it, but it doesn't mean that you'll get it for sure. But we offer a lot of programming, and information about ways that you can perhaps detect it earlier, and just be informed. So if it ever does occur, you know what to do.
Well, that's true, and it is called the silent killer because it is sometimes hard to detect. You may be buzzing along and thinking everything's fine, and then one day start to feel a little strange, but nothing you can't manage. And then sometimes I've seen people come down to the Kidney Da Kine Day and not even knowing that they were at risk and find out when they get their screenings.
Right. So that's what we're hoping, that we catch, those that maybe don't, follow up with their physicians as often for whatever reason, and that we can help them to and encourage them to follow up and catch it, sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there is some things people can do, and I think a lot more people are aware of how important exercise and diet are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing more of it. I mean, it's really been a huge project here with Blue Zone Maui and others to really try to get people to get out and exercise more and be aware of healthy eating as well. But there, you know, there's a lot of things that happen that are family oriented. I mean, even in Memorial Day and stuff, or any kind of holiday, you know, families get together and you all tend to eat a lot more than you have, and of course there's stuff that's not healthy for you there, you know, so you can easily eat wrong.
Yes, along with, you know, knowing your family history, health history, you might want to know the two leading risk factors are diabetes and high blood pressure for CKD to occur, and we're talking about uncontrolled diabetes and high blood pressure, which you know, if not controlled, it could progress a lot sooner.
Well, and another factor that's kind of scary is, and it's hard to control, is that age is a factor. And I've followed this a lot, Dawn. I was not aware that over the age of 60 or 65, that high blood pressure becomes more of a risk factor, doesn't it?
Definitely. You know, along with a lot of other chronic conditions, you know, as we age, our organs age with us. So, you know, it's just part of life. What you really have to watch out is for those risk factors. So if you have all of those underlying risk factors for CKD, you need to make sure that you're controlling those risk factors. Otherwise, progression could happen a lot faster. You know, with the Kidney Foundation, we're all about prevention. So we teach you ways to slow down that progression, again, through diet, exercise, you know, knowing what your numbers mean, and looking out for those precursors that might lead to a follow-up exam to, you know, educate yourself more and to be prepared.
So we always, I know, have a lot of interactive things going on. Can you tell me what your programs are and interactive things you have happening this time is going to be?
Yes. So following our screening this Saturday, the following week, beginning on June 7th, we normally follow up with what we call our KIWI program. It stands for Kidney Interactive Workshop and Information. And it's basically a 4-week course. So once a week we meet for approximately 90 minutes, and we will teach you more about the disease process. One class is focused totally on nutrition, and of course physical activity, and also medication management as well. And we work and partner with clinicians that are in the Maui community to be able to facilitate these classes. Yeah, I'm also there as well, but it's nice for them to connect, with your own healthcare providers or other clinicians that are actually on the island, that they can actually, you know, go to and have other resources as well.
Is this going to be open to people who already have, like, diabetes, or is it just for people who are just on the warning side yet?
Both. Because CKD kind of has a wide range, depending on, you know, your GFR or the glomerular filtration rate, or another term for that would be what your kidney function is. So, you know, of course, we emphasize on early stage so that we can help to slow the progression. But there comes a point, like if you're on dialysis, I don't think our services would be quite as beneficial. It's a game changer, and they would need a different type of education moving, you know, forward after that. Yeah. But, you know, the foundation is all about preventing. So the earlier stages are the best stages to be able to make healthy lifestyle changes.
Well, I know that part of the reason you changed the hours and are starting at 9 o'clock this Saturday is because there are screenings, and of course you check for your sugar level and blood level, and a lot of people, when they eat breakfast or have that Krispy Kreme donut or their first wonderful latte over there, at Starbucks, it can drive up some of your numbers, of course. So you're starting a little earlier so people can do it with just having maybe just water or just the morning without eating a full meal, right? So that way at 9 o'clock you can come right in. What do people expect? What's the process when you come in to get screened?
Okay, so our screening process, first of all, it's ideal to have it in the morning just because people are able to fast. If they don't fast, it's not mandatory. We just look at different ranges in the results, if people have eaten or drank something. So the process basically is you register at the front, then you go to our first station, which would be physical measurements. So we do height, weight, blood pressure, abdominal circumference, and then we move on to glucose check. So you get readings on site. We also do a urine analysis on site as well. So people do pee in the cup,
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have clinical labs that we've partnered with for a lot of years that actually do the blood draw, where you're doing your entire lipid profile for cholesterol, also the A1C, which is a snapshot of your blood sugar levels within 2 to 3 months.
Wow.
And then also your GFR, which is your kidney function. Those results will be mailed to the participant approximately a week after, if not sooner. And then after the blood draw, they will sit with a clinician. We actually have a couple of MDs as well, who have volunteered to talk with our participants at the end and discuss what those numbers mean, if they need further education, referring them to our Kiwi program the following week, and just, helping them out best they can.
So what would you say to someone who's afraid of finding out that they might be in a danger zone? That don't do the test because they don't want to know the results?
What would I say to them?
As a nurse, yeah.
Fear is probably the biggest obstacle for a lot of people. I'd probably go over, some of those risk factors of what the effects of CKD, chronic kidney disease, may entail. Unfortunately, sometimes that scare tactic might work, but ultimately it's their choice whether or not to be tested. So, we can provide them as much information as we have,
mm-hmm.
but, just getting them there, it's really ultimately their choice. So.
Well, but we do have some incentives. We're going to give away some prizes. We got some great music. I love the Maui Community Band will play. And there's also going to be Jimmy Mack and the Cool Cats playing at 11. And we make it, the Kidney Da Kine, it's a fun day. And
it is. It's a family event. Mm-hmm. So, don't just think, if you choose not to participate in the screening, it's okay because there's lots of other activity going on at the same time. So bring your friends and your family and just have a good time.
Yeah. No, it's always a wonderful family event. I know a lot of people get together to make it happen. And I know there's also a big fundraiser. You have an ongoing thing with the kidney cards. Are people still able to donate the kidney cards to the Kidney Foundation?
Yes, they are. And Maui people definitely are part of that. If you'd like to donate your card, the number to contact would be 808-270-8890.
Well, thank you for calling in, Dawn. Are you going to be there this coming Saturday?
I am not. I actually am teaching a diabetes program here on Oahu, but I will be there Friday helping to prep and get things ready, though.
Okay, well, I'll be there Saturday, and I won't see you, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really encouraging everyone to come down. I'd love to have people come down and say hi and learn about it and have some fun and enjoy the music and win some prizes and have a good time. So thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Okay, aloha.
Aloha.